In this video, we shall discuss 10 European countries sending immigrants back. In recent years, several European countries have implemented stringent measures to deport immigrants, particularly those whose asylum applications have been rejected or who have entered the countries illegally. These actions are often driven by political pressures, security concerns, and the desire to maintain public trust in immigration systems. Below is an overview of 10 European countries and their approaches to deporting immigrants. 10. Netherlands. The Netherlands has strengthened its immigration policies by focusing on the efficient deportation of individuals without legal residency status. The Dutch government has invested in improving the identification and registration processes to facilitate timely deportations. In 2023, the Netherlands reported a significant increase in the number of deportations, reflecting its commitment to enforcing immigration laws. The government has also prioritized negotiating readmission agreements with countries of origin to ensure the smooth return of their nationals. These efforts are part of a broader strategy to maintain public trust in the immigration system and address concerns over illegal immigration. 9. Sweden. Sweden, known for its humanitarian approach to asylum seekers, has recently tightened its immigration policies in response to increasing public concern over integration and security issues. The Swedish government has implemented measures to expedite the deportation of rejected asylum seekers and individuals involved in criminal activities. In 2024, Sweden introduced legislation allowing for the detention of individuals awaiting deportation to prevent absconding. The government has also increased cooperation with other EU countries to enhance the effectiveness of deportation procedures. These policy shifts indicate Sweden's efforts to balance its humanitarian commitments with the need to maintain public order and safety. 8. France. France has adopted a firm stance on immigration, particularly concerning the deportation of individuals residing illegally within its borders. The French government has intensified efforts to enforce deportation orders, especially targeting those who pose security threats or have committed criminal offenses. In 2023, France reported an increase in deportations, reflecting its commitment to uphold national security and public order. The government has also been active in negotiating readmission agreements with countries of origin to facilitate the return of their nationals. Despite these measures, France continues to face challenges in balancing strict immigration controls with humanitarian obligations, as public opinion remains divided on the issue. 7. Finland. In July 2024, Finland's parliament voted to allow pushbacks of migrants at its eastern border in response to potential hybrid warfare tactics by neighboring countries, such as Russia, using migration to destabilize the region. Under the new law, no asylum claims will be accepted on Finland's eastern border if Russia transports migrants there in a hybrid warfare destabilization attempt. When ordered, the measure allows the use of force to return migrants. 6. Denmark. Denmark has pursued a stringent immigration policy, aiming for a zero refugees approach. In 2021, the Danish government passed legislation allowing for the processing of asylum seekers outside the European Union. Discussions have been held with Rwanda regarding the establishment of such processing centers. In August 2022, Denmark opened an office in Rwanda in preparation to move forward with its plan. By September 2022, both Denmark and Rwanda agreed to proceed with the plan. The proposal has faced criticism both domestically and internationally, with concerns about its compliance with international law and the potential impact on asylum seekers' rights. 5. Italy. Italy has sought to address migration challenges by exploring agreements with non-EU countries to process asylum seekers. The Italian government plans to deport its asylum seekers to Albania, but the agreement has been temporarily blocked by the Albanian Constitutional Court. Unlike the UK, Italy has no plans to cede its asylum responsibilities to Albania, or to prevent people who obtain asylum on Albanian soil from traveling to Italy. Any expulsions would also take place via Italy. The cost of this system is estimated at €650 million over 5 years. 12 men were sent to the camp in Albania in mid-October 2024. However, a few days later, referring to a verdict of the European Court of Justice from 4 October 2024, which required a country deemed safe to be safe on all its territory and towards everybody, a court in Rome deemed Egypt and Bangladesh, where the detained, rejected asylum seekers originated from, do not meet that definition. The government was ordered to return the 12 men from Albania back to Italy. 4. Hungary. Hungary has adopted a hardline stance on immigration, implementing policies that have been criticized for violating international law. The country has been accused of systematically deporting migrants to the Serbian border, a practice deemed unlawful by both the Court of Justice of the European Union and the European Court of Human Rights. Despite these rulings, Hungary continues its deportation practices, leading Frontex to suspend its operations in the country. Reports indicate that Hungarian authorities often employ police brutality during these deportations, including physical abuse and the use of dogs, resulting in severe injuries and, in some cases, death. The Hungarian Helsinki Committee has been active in examining and reporting these abuses, providing legal assistance to victims and taking cases to court. 3. Greece. Greece has been at the forefront of migration routes into Europe, particularly during the European migrant crisis. The country has faced allegations of engaging in pushbacks, a practice involving the informal and often illegal expulsion of migrants without allowing them to apply for asylum. These pushbacks typically involve taking migrants who have either entered Greek territorial waters or landed on Greek islands, and depositing them in Turkish territorial waters on craft without any means of propulsion. Such actions have raised significant human rights concerns, with reports of violence and danger to which people are exposed during pushbacks. The Greek government officially denies taking part in pushbacks. The role of Frontex, the EU border agency, in pushbacks in Greece has been the subject of multiple investigations by the European Parliament, EU Anti-Fraud Agency OLAF, and European Ombudsman. 2. Germany. In Germany, migration has become a focal point in political debates, especially following violent incidents involving immigrants. For instance, a recent knife attack by a rejected Afghan asylum seeker, resulting in 2 fatalities, has intensified discussions on the country's migration policies. Friedrich Merz, the opposition leader, has pledged to enforce stricter border controls and increase deportations if elected chancellor. He criticized the current asylum and immigration policies, vowing to control borders and reject illegal entries. Chancellor Olaf Scholz emphasized the need for federal and state authorities to tighten enforcement of existing rules. The far-right Alternative for Germany party has also called for urgent parliamentary action to close Germany's borders. This debate on migration comes amid heightened security concerns following similar violent incidents involving immigrants in recent years. 1. Austria. Austria's newly formed government has taken immediate steps to halt family reunions for migrants, citing the country's limited capacity to integrate newcomers effectively. Chancellor Christian Stocker emphasized the need to prevent system overload to protect the quality of Austria's school system, integration efforts, and overall security. This decision affects migrants with protected status, who will no longer be able to bring family members from their home countries. The 3-party coalition government, which includes the conservative Austrian People's Party, the Social Democrats, and the Liberal Neos, has prioritized curbing migration and implementing stricter asylum rules. Austria, with a population of 9 million, experienced 7,762 family reunion arrivals last year. The government aims to reduce these numbers to better manage integration. This measure aligns with broader European efforts to limit migration and expedite the deportation of rejected asylum seekers. The European Union is also considering proposals for return hubs to facilitate the deportation process. EU-wide measures. At the European Union level, there has been a concerted effort to harmonize deportation policies among member states. The new Pact on Migration and Asylum, introduced in 2020, aims to streamline asylum procedures and enhance cooperation on deportations. Key provisions include standardized procedures for asylum applications, mandatory identity and security checks, and the establishment of return hubs outside the EU for processing deportations. The pact also introduces a mandatory solidarity mechanism, requiring all EU countries to either host asylum seekers or contribute financially or through other means. These measures aim to distribute responsibilities more evenly among member states and improve the efficiency of the deportation process. Despite these efforts, the implementation of deportation policies across Europe faces several challenges. Legal obstacles, human rights considerations, and logistical issues often hinder the deportation process. Additionally, public opinion on immigration remains polarized, influencing political decisions and policy implementations. As Europe continues to grapple with migration issues, the balance between enforcing immigration laws and upholding humanitarian values remains a contentious and evolving debate.